been with the army since he was 14 years old. He became a soldier when his mother remarried, and he and his stepfather did not get on very well. He continued in the army all the way through World War II. When he met my mother, when he was training in Scotland up in Ayr as a commando, they met at a social dance. They were a very, very close couple. They meant everything to each other, and they were looking forward to buying a house together and having me, and starting a family and starting a new life. People in Scotland and probably in Britain had very little idea of where Korea was or what this conflict was about, because no one expected this conflict to last any longer than a few weeks. She wrote every day. We have piles and piles of letters that she wrote every day to him. Whether or not they all got through, I suspect they didn't, because most of them seem to have been returned. Third, 4th of January, between the 3rd and 4th of January, which was just after New Year in Scotland, she woke up screaming in the middle of the night and saying something had happened to Ted, which was what he was called in our family. The family thought this was a nightmare, put it down to a nightmare. But within 2 or 3 days, the telegram had arrived saying that, in fact, he had been killed that night in Happy Valley. My grandmother took it upon herself to make sure that nobody mentioned his name. She thought that that was the best way to treat it. So there were photographs of him in the house, but he was never mentioned.
It's up in the air. And to go into this, it was good that you'd been the day before, because you could go in.
안녕하세요. My middle name is Edward, so my full name is Neil Edward Rayside. I inherited that from my grandfather. When I first learned, it made me feel immensely proud. He made a sacrifice back in the day that's allowed us to live with the freedom that we have nowadays.
very, very impressed with what Korea has done from basically wasteland. It made things seem a bit better that it hadn't been in vain because of how far the Korean government had developed their country and their land, and the fact that they still remembered this very much forgotten war. But there was a hole, and even to this day, at my age, there still is a hole in my life, because he wasn't there. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh. Oh, God. Oh, I didn't expect that. That's beautiful, but unexpected. Yes, that is probably what I imagined all my life. Oh.